Idea meritocracy means that the best ideas win, regardless of who or where they came from. According to Ray Dalio, this is the best way to make decisions in a company. In this video, we will check out everything about Ray Dalio Idea meritocracy. Number 7. What is an idea meritocracy? So what is an idea meritocracy? An idea meritocracy is an environment in which the best ideas win, regardless of where or whom they came from. Dalio believes the idea meritocracy is the best system for making decisions. The way to build an effective idea meritocracy is to bring together smart, independent thinkers, have them thoughtfully disagree with each other, get past disagreement using agreed-upon systems. Together, this will yield the best ideas and collective thinking. Idea meritocracy works better than just one person coming up with the ideas and issuing orders. It also works better than a group of smart people who can't thoughtfully disagree with each other. An idea meritocracy is built on a few foundational principles: radical truth, radical transparency, thoughtful disagreement, believability-weighted decision-making. Now that you know the answer to the question, what is an idea meritocracy, you can learn about how to manage and encourage ideas. Number 6. Managing ideas. So how do you get ideas? How can you generate and manage ideas in an idea meritocracy? Dalio was stung by his overconfidence in the early 1980s. He now believed that the best way to be right was for smart people to disagree with each other and explore each other's reasoning. He never failed to point out when other people were being dumb, and he expected others to do the same to him. He saw this like playing jazz together, going back and forth on ideas and building better decisions than individuals could alone. There was mixed reception to this radical candor. People close to him who had worked with him for years understood he had good intentions. But people who had less contact with him found him abrasive and oppressive. He seemed like an intellectual bully, and his tirades were demotivating. When his senior team delivered this feedback to him, Dalio was hurt. He had never intended to humiliate other people, and he realized there was a gap in communication. This friction kicked off his process of clarifying his principles in writing so that everyone across the company could understand his intentions and behavior, and so everyone had a common set of rules to treat each other respectfully. In essence, he wanted to automate and systematize people management, much like he had automated financial training. Number 5. Amygdala hijackings. Often, the subconscious you hijacks your brain and actions, and the conscious mind needs to refuse to obey its instructions. If you react spontaneously and emotionally without thinking, that is your subconscious you in control. To stop this, you need to recognize the warning signs when this happens. Your heart rate increases, your breathing gets more intense. These are sympathetic nervous system reactions. When you recognize this happening, you should trigger an escape plan to get out of this hijacked state, so the rational you can get control again. Afterward, consciously reflect on what causes the amygdala hijackings. Train the subconscious you the same way you would teach a child to behave, with loving kindness and persistence. Funnily, when you talk to someone else, your two yous are dealing with their two yous. So you can be having one of 4 conversations without realizing which one you're having. Your subconscious you might be talking to the other person's rational you, or vice versa, or both of your subconscious emotional yous are battling with each other. No wonder misunderstandings and arguments are so common. You need to recognize the two yous to have an idea meritocracy. Number 4. The two yous can work together. Yet the best ideas and decisions may come from the cooperation of the two yous, not when the rational you completely subjugates the subconscious you. For example, sometimes the greatest inspiration pops up from our subconscious. These happen most often when you're relaxed and not consciously forcing yourself to come up with great ideas. The conscious, logical mind then examines the ideas for how good they are. Dalio personally likes transcendental meditation to connect the conscious to the subconscious. Number 3. Don't worry about producing right answers. A common problem, especially among high achievers, is wanting to be the one to produce the correct answers. Our environment stresses this. Parents and schools want you to have the right answers on tests and be the one producing the bright ideas. But in an idea meritocracy, you need to accept that ideas can and will come from anywhere. But taken too far, this mindset can make you close-minded to other ideas and what other people have to offer. If you value being right and having the best ideas above all, you shouldn't care if the right answer comes from you or from someone else. Focus on finding the truth and the best ideas. Number 2. What it's like. Most people initially find this process exciting and uncomfortable. While they typically appreciate it intellectually, they also typically are initially challenged by it emotionally because it requires them to separate themselves from their ego's attachment to being right and try to see what they have a hard time seeing. A small minority get it and love it from the start. A slightly larger minority can't stand it and leave the company. And the majority stick with it, get better at it with time, and eventually wouldn't want to operate any other way. Think about some of life's most challenging times. I'll bet it is as true for you as it has been for me that going through them with people you cared about, who cared about you, and who are working as hard as you were for the same mission was incredibly rewarding. As hard as they were, we look back on some of those challenging times as our finest moments. For most people, being part of a great community on a shared mission is even more rewarding than money. Numerous studies have shown that, beyond meeting basic needs, there is little to no correlation between one's happiness and the amount of money one has. Yet there is a strong correlation between one's happiness and whether one is part of a community. Of course, having an idea meritocracy in practice requires more than just radical truth and radical transparency, especially when it comes to the process of actually weighing different points of view to make decisions and moving forward as a team once a decision has been made. Many of my work principles are about how to do these things, and especially our approach to taking believability-weighted votes in which the merits of a person's view are assessed in relation to their track record in the area being discussed. The important thing is not to worry about how to do any of these things precisely. Number 1. A new SMART. For an idea meritocracy to flourish, an organization's people must change what they attach their egos to and how they define themselves. They must change their definition of what being smart means, because in a world of smart technology, no human will know more facts than a smart machine. An idea meritocracy is dependent upon human beings being willing to continuously both update their mental models with better data and look for data that disagrees with what they believe. That is made much easier if individuals adopt a new definition of what it means to be smart. New SMART. Here are the 5 beliefs that can enable a new SMART mindset and behaviors. I'm not defined by what I know or how much I know, but by the quality of my thinking, listening, learning, relating, and collaborating. My mental models are not reality. They are only my generalized stories of how my world works. I'm not my ideas, and I must decouple my beliefs, not values, from my ego. I must be open-minded and treat my beliefs, not values, as hypotheses to be constantly tested and subject to modification by better data. My mistakes and failures are opportunities to learn. The power of an idea meritocracy is in both what it can produce, mindsets and behaviors, and in what it can reduce or mitigate. As a culture and practice, an idea meritocracy can lead to the highest levels of human learning, thinking, listening, relating, and collaborating by requiring candor, data-driven decision-making, open-mindedness, and managing one's thinking and emotions. And it will reduce the big inhibitors of high-quality learning, thinking, and effective collaboration, by mitigating big egos, emotional defensiveness, closed-mindedness, and fears of making learning mistakes, being penalized for speaking up or disagreeing with higher-ups, or being fearful of ambiguity and uncertainty. That is the power and beauty of an idea meritocracy. Do you want your organization to practice idea meritocracy? Thanks for watching.